BTS today, it feels impossible to imagine a time when the group wasn't perfectly aligned in age, energy, and momentum. But picture this, a single member standing at the edge of adulthood, carrying the quiet weight of being the oldest, while the rest of the group still had the glow of teenage youth. Years later, in a twist no one saw coming, the situation would flip completely, and the youngest would suddenly become the only one still in his 20s. This is a story about time, growth, and the way 7 Lives Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook moved in rhythm even as the years pushed them forward at different speeds back in the early days, when BTS was still a risky experiment rather than a global phenomenon. Seokjin stepped into the practice room as the only member already in his 20s. While the others were still teens, chasing big dreams with even bigger uncertainty, Jin felt the pressure of being seen as the adult in the room. He wasn't just the oldest Hyung, he was the one expected to set the tone, to stay steady, to hold himself together no matter how exhausting training became. And even though the world would later fall in love with his confidence, his humor, and his worldwide handsome charm, those early days were built on quiet struggles no one ever saw, but time never stays still. Not for BTS. Not for anyone. As the years passed, the group rose higher than any of them dared imagine, from cramped dorm rooms to sold-out stadiums, from rookie nervousness to global awards, from 7 boys under fluorescent practice room lights to 7 men touching millions with their music. And as their fame grew, so did they. Birthdays came and went between tours. Milestones flashed by between concerts and comebacks. The world kept spinning, and suddenly the youngest Maknae, Jungkook, the golden voice, the golden dancer, the golden everything, became the only member still in his 20s, the strange, almost poetic reversal. Jin, who once carried the responsibility of being the only 20-something among teens, now looks at Jungkook, the last member still in his 20s at the end of this year. The story feels circular, like a quiet reminder that no matter how fast life moves, BTS has always moved together even when the numbers next to their names don't match anymore. And here's the twist: this isn't a story about age at all. It's about growth. It's about 7 individuals who began at different starting points but ran toward the same horizon, shaping each other along the way. Jin's early maturity made space for Jungkook's confidence. Jungkook's youthful drive pushed the older members to evolve. Every year, every birthday, every small shift in the timeline has created a group dynamic that is still unmatched in global music. So when fans look at Jungkook standing as the last member in his 20s this year, it's not a moment of separation, it's another chapter in a shared story. A reminder of how far they've come. A promise of how far they'll still go. If you found yourself pulled into this journey, if you felt that nostalgia, that pride, that quiet ache that